Hey up guys, welcome to another video in the series of star players, and this time we're going to be looking at Undead. This team's called the Grave Robbers. It's one of my favourite sides. I love the Undead team, I really do. It's an amazing side to play. I really enjoy playing them. It's my first Undead side. I've created some teams or a team that I'm playing multiplayer with. It's obviously not got to the team value this team has. I do a lot of these videos are going to be against AI opponents because it takes a lot longer to build up against multiplayer sides or on multiplayer. So I like to show these AI based opponent, that I'm playing AI based opponents with, because it shows you the sort of star players. It shows you the way I've gone, gives you an idea what I believe is good, and it also gets there a lot quicker. So we'll open them up, have a look. When I chose the Undead, I went with the two mummies. The spine of your team, core of your team. Very important players. A lot of your bashing, some of your blitzing, but most of your blocking and your injuries will be through these players. And I've gone with two whites, and then I went four ghouls, and the rest was skeletons and zombies. I like to do a mix of skeletons and zombies at the start, because you get endless supplies of zombies. When you kill opponents' players and they're resurrected, you don't get a choice of whether it's a zombie or a skeleton. I like to get a couple skeletons or one skeleton at the start, and then maybe buy one, at least have two in the team, and then the rest zombies. Reason for that is pure on the basis of playing you elves, those sort of sides, teams that can move a lot further, and I like having the skeletons in there with having the extra movement, with having the movement 5 against the agility based teams, and then I'd field my zombies against the more bashier sides. That's the way I find most useful. The zombies and the skeletons all level up quite well, in fairness to them. They're one of the teams, your dwarves, your orcs, some other teams that, like your beastmen, obviously, like your bog standard players, but these guys do pick up points, and they've become, they're enjoyable to sort of build. Anyway, we'll go into the team, talk about that. Look at the star players. We'll start off with the mummies. Excellent players. I think with these guys you need to get a block. Sooner the better. But if you get up to skill 4, 5 and you haven't got a block, I think you need to start looking at starting again, selling him, starting again, and try to get a block. Unless you want to risk it and try and get one, all the way, up to 176 and not getting one. It's a long way to go. Love the model. I love the scarabs going round, flying around him. I've given him guard and piling on. I do like piling on as a skill with the mummies. It gets them a lot more star player points than just having your mighty blow. Stand firm's amazing skill on these guys. As mummies, I don't like playing them too far apart, and I don't chase out to the wings with them, after a player, unless there's sort of a bit of a grouping over at the side. Then I'll keep one there, maybe one in reserve. But chasing a guy down is a waste. You want to keep these in the mix where the game's gonna be, or where the game is being played, where the ball is, that kind of thing. Keep them round your ball carriers also. I've given this guy Juggernaut. Again, good skill, counters your fend, that kind of thing. And I'm looking, with his final skills, I'm hoping for doubles. With having piling on, I'm hoping for jump up. Agility wise, strength, movement, would be fantastic. The extra movement, making these movement 4 would be brilliant. They'd be, they'd be able to keep pace with your dwarves, your other zombies in other teams, your Blackhawks, a few players there. So to have in movement 4 and to be able to get that 1 extra square from standing up from a prone position, brilliant. Other skills I'd consider dodge. All really good skills to get on his final level up. Let's have a look at our next guy. Open him up. Then you've got your bog standard, your mighty blow, your regeneration. I've got guard again first. I'm piling on again. So I've created them. I'm stand firm, and I've got block on my 4th. So the mirror sort of, apart from your break tackle. It's good to have 1 with break tackle and then 1 with your juggernaut. If you don't get any doubles, I'd say you sort of, you want to go juggernaut on this guy, break tackle on the other guy. But it'd be great to get the movement, the strength 6 on these guys. I can imagine's immense. Let's get it on both. Just be unbelievable. Hopefully do that in a team one day. Maybe be on this team. They've still got a skill level to go. Right, let's have a look at the next guys. Go through the whites quickly. And we've got your regeneration again. Mighty blow, tackle, brilliant to have, because he's got his block. So you've got a mighty blow, tackle, block, and guard. Really good player. It's the way you build these guys. I think if you've not got something, it don't have to be in that order, but if you've not got something special, then you're looking at that. I've got agility. I was looking for giving this guy piling on, and I got all an 11, and I just wasn't sure whether to go with the agility or get the piling on, and I chose to go agility. You've got so many sort of agility 3s or 2s in this team, so getting an agility 4, especially on one of these guys, giving the chance. He can throw it, he can pick up the extra points early on. If he can get him sort of a +1 on some throws, get him to pick the ball up off kick off, level up a bit quicker that way. And he's got his tackling that he can do, his mighty blow tackle. He's also got a better chance of catching it and getting touchdowns. So I thought, sod it, I'll go agility. And then it's not far off levelling up again, and then I can give him the piling on. So he's a much more aggressive player. I'd love to get strength. I'd love to, so many others that would be handy on this guy. I'd love to give him frenzy, and I'd love to give him, like I think I've said piling on, but guard. To go with frenzy would be brilliant on this player. I prefer frenzy on an extra strength guy, but yeah, you've got this avenue. You've got a few ways to go with these guys. Look at the next one. Probably not as much detail. He's got the dodge, so an agility on this guy would have been better. But there's no guarantee I'm going to get that. So that's why I chose the agility on the other guy also, because I've got a dodge on this guy as well, which is handy. And I've got the mighty blow, guard. So again, looking at piling on, tackle, frenzy, those sort of things, to make two really good offensive players. And you need these guys. They're also vital. Your first 4 players that have shown you there, so vital to the team. They're the 4 guys that have got strength access, are going to get mighty blow. No guarantees you're going to get it on any of the other guys. Now we've got the ghouls. Brilliant, these players. Uh, Liked fielding 4Ds from the start. Some people don't. Seeing that teams have played against. But love to have 4 of these guys. And they get you so many points. I know they get, the armor 7, they get injured. You can't, you're not got regen on them, which is a shame. But it's one of them things. But you get so many points, and you could skill them up. Get a few rolls on these guys. They're amazing. And movement 7, they're hard to pin down. Also, can prove hard to get the ball off. 4 of them, it's like having 4 gutters. But I mean, these guys aren't strength 2, so I know they've not got the chance of an apple like your gutters, but the strength 3 or above, and the blodge, and they've got sidestep. So I mean, they're tough to get the ball off, and you're not going to get all of them injured. And if you do get an injury, I mean, I've had so many missed nets games, or no casualty, that kind of thing. It does, you do get your deaths, but we'll look at the guys anyway. We've got blodge straight off. I've gone blodge early on to get the dodge and the blocking. Brilliant to have. The only thing stopping me doing that is probably maybe giving one of them sure hands, or getting an extra strength or agility roll. I've got the extra strength. Brilliant to have on these guys. Any stat on the ghouls, I think, is really good. Extra movement, great. Strength, brilliant. It's changed the way this guy has been made. Agility, brilliant. Armor, I also think would be good on these guys. I'd take it. I'd take all the stats. So because of his strength plus strength, I've given him tackle and frenzy, and then I've got the sidestep to go with the frenzy. He gets a lot of surfs. He's got the extra strength. Sometimes he'll need an assist, but he's got me so many injuries and so many surfs. He's got the extra movement, which is probably the only plus with having it on one of these to your whites, I'd say, is the extra movement, the ability to get to the lines and surf from someone from further in field. So really good to have on these guys. A really good way to develop a strength 4 ghoul. And what to give him on his final skill, probably jump up, unless I get something else. Double or another ability. I developed all these guys differently, and that's the beauty of them. Also, with getting a few roles, you've got general access and you've got agility access. So the dodge, sure hands, block, I've created him as a carrier to get the ball. You do spend a lot of re-rolls with these guys, with the 3+ pickups to do fail them. So having a guy that's got more chance of getting the ball early on is vital. It comes in handy. And then I've made him a blodge guy. I've given him sidestep early on. I think it's one of your first. If you don't get anything else with your agility, you want to take sidestep early on with these guys. I've also given him tackle. I want to give these guys tackle. They've got the chance of going and getting a couple die. A couple of them up there on the ball carrier. You've got 2 dies. Tough guys to get away from the ball carrier with your sidestep if they get tackled. Those sort of things. And then I've gone jump up. So he's a really handy player. He does get knocked down. He's not, so long as he, passes the jump up roll, then he's right in the mix again. Let's look at our next guy. And I've got an agility. I've got an armour on this, and then this is one of the things I was saying before. I like all the stats on these guys. So I've got 2 agility 4s in the team now. This guy's got extra armour, that extra sort of armour makes a big difference. And block. He's got a bit more survivability, hasn't he? Just a tad more. And then the agility, brilliant to have these guys. And because of his agility role, I'm looking at giving him. I've gone with the sort of giving him sure feet, and then I'm going to give him sprint. So I mean, he's going to be max movement 10 that he can move. So you're looking at a one-turn guy as well, which is great to have in this team. A lot of opponents won't expect that when they're facing ghouls. So it does give you it gives you something for the opponents to worry about. I know I would be. I mean, because they've got such a bashy team, and to have that one turn touchdown threat is fantastic. All the other bashy teams, you can't say many of them have got that. We'll look at our last guy. His blodge tackle. I've given him strip ball, kick, sidestep. I changed some of them. I'd give him wrestle with strip ball now, and I'd also not give this guy kick. I'd give it to a zombie, or I'd give it to a skelly. And so this guy, I'm not old, he's still getting points, but he's the weak link in respect to the ghouls are developing a lot differently now. I'm sure you agree with that. He's replaying the game, watching coaching vids, things like that other players have made. You're going wrestle, strip ball, aren't you? And you're not giving players like that kick either, you're giving it to your general players, your linemen. Last thing about these ghouls is the goal celebration. It's brilliant on these guys. It really is cool. It's another one of the reasons why I love this team. It still makes me giggle now. Even when I see it now when he attacks the goblin cameraman. Let's have a quick talk about look at these guys. And your zombies and your skeletons. Would you give one of these guys agility? I mean, a lot of people won't, but they develop quite well. I got him to 33 out of 51. It's going to take him a while, but I've given him the agility, I've given him the sure hands. If the ball's knocked down and he's in that sort of area where there's a bit of a scrummage, he's there. He's a valuable player. He drops to him. He's got the extra agility, chance of catching him, and he's also got block, and he's also got the sure hand. So he's in the area you can pick it up and pass it off, and do so with great effect. He's not going to be chasing down for a touchdown. I'd love to give him more touchdowns. He'll probably get them with the agility and the sure hands now, but with movement 4. He's got to take you 5 turns or so to get up there with this guy. But with those skills and with the skills that you can add on to that, he'll become a really good player. Or he's got the makings of. And here we've got our basher. And the only trouble with having these kind of players is you've got to put them on the line. So they've got a risk of the injuries. This guy's picked up his minus agility. I mean, there's no bother is it on an agility too. And he's got the mighty blow. So I'm not going to create another guy and hope for a double and get a mighty blow. He's got the block, as well. So he's got mighty blow tackle. Really good guy to have. I'd field him against you blodgy sides with the tackle and with the mighty blow. He's got a good chance of getting picking up some injuries there from his tackles, and he's going to be in the areas where he's going to be getting quite a lot of blocks if he's not on his ass. Again with these guys, these skeletons, your zombies. I love the touchdown animation for them. It's really good. It's just really good to get these guys a touchdown and watch it. If you've not seen it, it's fantastic. It really is a good one. And then we've got your Skellies. I mean, I've looked at one of them there. Talked about him. Wild to have him in the team. I've not, but I mean, again, with this guy, I've given him block, then dirty player. You'd probably want a Skelly with dirty player, not to advance them that much. But I wanted a dirty player in both teams, both my setups. So I've got one on a Skelly and I've got one on a zombie, and it's not too much bother if I lose him. But I'd like to keep him on the pitch with his block and tackle and his extra movement. I've got to jump up on this guy. I think that's the wrong choice. You want to be going guard, mighty blow. Team lacks a bit of guard, so I'd change that. I wouldn't go jump up. I don't know why I did. I just probably wanted to do something a little different. I've done it and I've regretted it a little bit. And then use his final dirty player. That's the Undead team. Thanks for listening, guys. Taking time out with these videos. Hope you're enjoying them. Again, any sort of feedback would be great. And take care. See you later.